Hey, good day, guys. Pasay here. And just like what I said earlier, when I uploaded the NFL, those two NFL games that NFL predictions that we have for today, I am back. And again, it's a pleasure, and I'm excited to be back here, talking to you guys, sharing my predictions and my thoughts about these games that we have: NFL, MLB. Of course, we're waiting for NBA and NHL. For our Filipino friends out there, I would also be uploading predictions for PBA or Philippine Basketball Association, right? Now, for this video, I'm going to share my thoughts and I'm going to share my predictions for um, our MLB series, the Wild Card series. As we all know, we got 4 series, and let's go ahead and talk about this first series. This is going to be Chicago Cubs going up against San Diego Padres, and for me, out of those 4 series, hands down, easily, this is going to be the best series of them 4. All right, so again, Cubs going up against San Diego Padres. Um, let's talk about the advantages of Padres. All right, the stuff wherein I consider Padres as having the advantage. Number one would be their lineup. What I mean by lineup is that they are the better team in paper. Easily, they have that three-headed beast or three-headed monster in Machado, uh, Arraez, and of course Tatis. Those 3 can score. Those 3 can hit. Those 3 are smart. Those 3 are all stars. You know what I mean? Um, in paper, Padres, they are better. Now, um, I would want to move to the second part, which is pitching, and I would also want to tag along the bullpen. You know, pitching and bullpen, I'm giving it both towards San Diego Padres. Now, for pitching, Chicago would have made it a bit closer, if not for Horton's injury. I guess it has something to do with his rib, right? Rib cage. That's a Yeah, that's something bad. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be his first. It would have been his first playoff experience, and it's really sad to hear that. You know, he would be out of this first round, um, and I hope that he would be back soon. You know what I'm saying? But again, in terms of pitching, I'm giving Padres, or I'm giving San Diego, not San Pedro, San Diego, the advantage along with the bullpen. And easily, San Diego arguably has the best bullpen in the league right now. In terms of momentum, now both teams are coming to this series. They have been winning, but I have to say that San Diego is a bit hotter compared to Chicago. So I'm picking San Diego having the advantage in terms of momentum. Now let's talk about Chicago Cubs. All right, number one, defense. Easily, Chicago Cubs is one of the best defensive team in the league. Way better than San Diego. Way better than San Diego. And number two, home run. Now, not just Chicago Cubs is way better than San Diego in terms of doing home runs. San Diego is also one of the not so good in the league, if you know what I mean. That gives a huge difference, or a huge discrepancy between these two teams. Especially whenever Chicago Cubs is on a roll, man, they are on a roll. Especially Kevin Tucker's back. You know, he actually played like a couple of games towards the end of the regular season, right? So Tucker, I'm expecting Tucker to to hit maybe a couple of home runs. Who knows? But again, the Kevin Tucker's um, Kevin Tucker's uh, hitting in terms of especially home run, it's gonna be a huge help for Chicago. So I'm expecting some for Chicago to be successful. Now, in terms of stealing uh, bases, Chicago Cubs, hands down, they are way better. They are too smart. They are actually being fueled by the fans, especially that this one's going to be done in Wrigley Field. Well, Chicago Cubs will be the host, by the way. So stealing, not really sure if the catcher of San Diego can actually deal with how Chicago does the stealing, but for me, Chicago Cubs is one of the best in the league in terms of stealing bases. And again, with with the fans out there, I'm giving it an extra thumbs up for Chicago to go ahead and try to steal bases, maybe more than one or two. Lastly, I'm calling it balance. When I say balance, for San Diego, I mentioned that they are the better team in paper. Because they got Machado, they got Arias, they have Tatis. Now for Chicago Cubs, they may not have those superstars, if you know what I mean, but they have a lot of good, maybe great players. They have Tucker, Swanson, Happ, Suzuki, PCA, and of course Bush. They have lots of players that they can rely on. Let's say a couple of them, eight playing well or eight doing well. They have a lot of players that can actually deliver for them. That is specifically on offense. If maybe a couple of players ain't hitting the ball, again, they have a lot of players that they can rely on. That's the advantage that Chicago has over San Diego. Now, lastly, Chicago would actually be the host of this particular series, and San Diego is not a road team, so that's another advantage for Chicago Cubs. Now, this is gonna be interesting. Again, for me, this is the best series that we have in this wild card. A lot of people will disagree with me, but I'm picking Chicago Cubs to win this series. It won't be easy, especially with Horton's absence, but man, Wrigley Field will be crazy, and Chicago Cubs will survive San Diego's talent and San Diego's pitching. My pick, Chicago Cubs in 3 games. Again, that's Cubs in 3 games. Peace out. Pase love.